the WNBA continues to get the kind of attention they shouldn't want. All right, again, Colin Cowherd is making a point to talk about the WNBA again. He does it now multiple times a week, but only when it comes to one player, or in this case, one player and what it is the rest of the league is doing.
Apparently, trading Caitlin Clark is no longer just speculation, it's becoming a legitimate topic of discussion. Just as Indiana fans were starting to breathe again, here comes Colin Cowherd, fanning the flames like it's his personal mission. The man thrives on bold takes, and this one might just ignite a full-blown basketball civil war. Is he being over the top? Definitely. But is he completely off base? That's where things start to get interesting.
Caitlin Clark finished 9th in player voting and finished behind one of her own teammates in player voting. Pettiness has no bounds. For years, the WNBA players were pointing fingers. They were saying people are sexist, we're not being promoted, we're underappreciated. Then they get the golden goose and they don't like what it looks like. When the wave hits, ride it. They wanted to fly private. They wanted to be more popular. They wanted sold out arenas. They got it. I wouldn't have guessed that Caitlin Clark would be this.
And here we are again, watching the WNBA find bold new ways to sabotage itself, like it's some kind of league-wide hobby. Forget building rosters or expanding the fan base, that's old news. Now we're on to scripted chaos. The latest stroke of genius? Trade Caitlin Clark like she's a collectible Pokemon card and call it strategy. As if that wouldn't torch the entire league, not just Indiana. No, this would be a full-blown inferno of mismanagement and mayhem, the kind you can't walk back from.
This is clearly them cutting her down, because when you look at fan voting, obviously Clark is one, right? Because she has the most fans in the league. So that clearly biased. You go to the media voting.
She was 3.
She was 3. That actually makes sense.
I agree. She's not having the best of years this year. She's actually, her shooting is down.
Exactly.
There's been a number of situations that she's just not played her best ball. But she is still much, eons better than a lot of the other players that they voted in front of.
Let's start with the obvious. Trading Caitlin Clark wouldn't just tank the fever, it would derail the WNBA's biggest and only sure thing moneymaker. This isn't about losing a player, it's about throwing away the narrative that's carrying the league. Clark isn't just running the offense, she's carrying an entire franchise, and frankly, dragging half the WNBA into the spotlight with her bare hands. Every ticket sold, every jersey flying off the shelves, every headline making national news, that's her impact. Her name is the engine driving it all.
A university professor in finance looked up the value of Caitlin Clark for the WNBA. This is insane. So this year, last season in the WNBA, Caitlin Clark was 26.5% of all economic activity as a rookie on the worst team in the league when she entered it. So now she has an 8-year, $128 million deal with Nike. So, she's going to eat. Merchandise in the league went up off a rookie from a Midwest-based school on the worst team in the league.
Now picture taking all that momentum and shipping it off in a FedEx box. That's the kind of move that makes fans chuck remotes, cancel season tickets, and start watching pickleball out of pure spite. Because there's dumb, and then there's historically stupid. And this would be the latter, with extra sprinkles on top.
I'm not going to ignore, nor am I going to take my eyes off of what transpires with the WNBA over the next 2 weeks while Caitlin Clark is out with the quad strain. And the reason why is because, let me tell you something right now. I'm not going to go to word hate. I'm not going to be out there like RG3 was saying that Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark or other players hate Caitlin Clark. But I will say this. I don't think it's specific about Caitlin Clark. I think it's what Caitlin Clark represents. See, it's through no fault of Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark balls. She balled at Iowa in college. She's balled since she's been in. She came into the league last year with no break whatsoever between the college game and the pro game and did it.
But wait, it gets better. Not only are we seriously entertaining trade rumors, like the WNBA has an overflowing pool of marketable stars to play roulette with, But now we've got a coaching twist straight out of a daytime soap. The same coach who once stood by while Clark got poked in the eye like it was part of the halftime entertainment is now, surprise, her new boss. Really? What's next? Promote the trainer who iced her ankles to head a performance? It's not just tone deaf, it's blatant. This isn't about coaching. It's choreography, a calculated performance wrapped in lanyards and clipboard jargon. And the message is crystal clear: mute the star, dim the spotlight, and sell it as team strategy. But come on, we see you. Clark didn't just get benched, she got politically sidelined. And the front office didn't just hire a coach, they hired that coach. The one with a resume full of selective accountability and a master's degree in passive-aggressive rotation stuff. Let's be real, Clark and this coach don't mesh. That's putting it nicely. Their basketball chemistry isn't oil and water, it's oil and a dumpster fire. The system isn't built around her, it's pushing her out. This isn't a stylistic mismatch, it's a slow-burning power struggle. And the fallout? It's there every time she gets pulled mid-game while a bench warmer logs charity minutes like it's community service.
Clark had another, whatever you want to call it, confrontation in a WNBA game. Like, why is this happening? The Caitlin Clark phenomenon is one that I got wrong. I never really thought that Caitlin Clark would make the difference that she has in college basketball or in the WNBA. What other sports analogies are out there that are in any way similar to the impact that one individual has had on a larger sporting universe? Tiger was...
So why would a league finally basking in real attention suddenly pull a stunt like this? One word: control. Control the narrative. Control the star. Keep the fans just entertained enough, but never too empowered. The last thing the league wants is a player with real leverage. That's dangerous. That's disruptive. That's unbenchable. And when you can't stop the momentum, you hire someone who can. You wrap the hit job in a friendly press release and call it player development. Except nothing's developing, except a bad reputation and a furious fan base armed with receipts. Make no mistake, this coach wasn't just hired, she was positioned. And if the conspiracy vibes feel thick, it's because they are loud, blatant, and practically smacking you in the face. Don't let anyone gaslight you into believing this is just part of a normal rebuild. Please. Clark's not on some rookie learning curve, she's in timeout. Like a toddler who dared to color outside the carefully drawn lines, because this isn't about basketball. It's personal, it's strategic, and it's political in the most calculated way possible. And the kicker? Everyone keeps pretending this coach is just playing it safe, as if there's some quiet genius plan unfolding. But playing it safe would mean using your best scorer, not duct taping her game and hoping no one notices. And guess what? We noticed.
She doesn't always get the consistent great star whistle. I think they're still kind of figuring out how to officiate her. Right? Like when I've said this for years. When I covered Shaq and went to Shaq got fouled more than anybody I've ever seen. I mean, it was insane. People bounced off Shaq. Jokic complains constantly. Like, people are bouncing off me. She doesn't quite get as favorable a whistle as you think. So I think
neither does Steph too. That's